Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So it's Monday morning. I just put Asher over there in the fence, and he's at doggy daycare now. So we're gonna get started this morning. It got pretty cold last night, but not quite cold enough to achieve frost. I know Knapp Farms, you can follow them on YouTube. They got frost yesterday. So it was pretty cold yesterday morning over there for them, which they're farther west than we are. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to prepare to get some cover crop. Our friend the mailman, he's a mailman and a farmer, he's going to deliver us a load of rye for a cover crop. So we're going to get my seed tender hooked up to my pickup, because it's got to be hooked up to properly weigh it, because the load cell in the hitch, you can't just use the jack. So I'm gonna get that hooked up to my truck, probably get Dad's Strength H on the auger, and we'll get the rye transferred out of the gravity box wagon and into the seed tender. We're gonna plant some cover crop rye on a farm that we farm. The landowner requested that we do it because he always did it, and then we got 40 acres of our own that we're gonna try some rye on. This cover crop out here turned out beautiful. So it's been growing real good. So Dad's Strength's here. So let's get started. Well, Dad brought the auger up. It's got flat tires, so we got to fix that real quick. Let it down a little. There we go. Back on now. So we got our auger all set up, tractor hooked up, seed tender's sitting there. I got the motor running on the seed tender to charge up the scales on it. The battery was a little bit down, and that should charge it some. Now we're just waiting on Mr. McFeely to get here with the rye. Mr. McFeely. I bet a lot of you watched Mr. Rogers growing up. I sure miss that show. I loved Mr. Rogers. But if anybody remembers, Mr. McFeely was the mailman on there. So we'll just go ahead and call Rich Mr. McFeely. That's a good name for him. So he should be here in probably 5 minutes or so. He said he's running a little late. So as soon as he gets here, we'll get this transferred, and then we're going to get the 2 trucks running. We're going to get some corn picked today. And then some of you have been asking when we're going to switch to beans. We're going to probably switch to beans Tuesday afternoon. So if things stay dry, we're going to stay on beans until it rains again, then we'll switch back to corn. We're not even half done with corn yet. We still got quite a bit of corn to go. Just been having trouble keeping it hauled away, but that's a good thing, because that means there's bushels there. So that's a good thing. It's never a bad thing to have the bushels. So anyways, we'll get some video when Rich gets here. Well, here comes Mr. McFeely finally. He must have had to give Daniel Tiger a bath and dry him out. Oh, it even looks like he's got Mr. Rogers in there with him. So here he comes. Well, he's gonna have to go turn around, so we need the other side of the wagon. Well, hopefully this will work. The wagon's got pretty tall tires on it, so it should work.
Pick up Mr. McFeely's shoe.
Is it in the back one or the front one?
In the front or the back?
Just bang on it. It's in the back.
Oh, there's a hole in the front.
Oh yeah, there's a hole in the front one.
Good.
Good. Oh. Well. Broadcast spread this rye, so it doesn't matter that it's got a little bit of chaff in it. That's no big deal. I know somebody's probably going to say in the comments, well, that's got some chaff in it. How are you gonna plant it? Well, it's not going through an air seeder or driller or anything like that. It's going to go in a fertilizer cart. We're just going to set the pounds the acre that we want, and that's how we're going to spread it. And we're just going to lightly disc it. We're thinking about buying us a stalk chopper. We're gonna go look at one maybe this afternoon, and we're gonna go to a flail type stalk chopper instead of a batwing. Since the batwing windrows the stalk so bad, we want to go to the flail type chopper. Not sure if we want a 20 footer or 15 footer yet is the only question. 20 foot, a lot of them are in transport, a lot of them aren't, so you're trying to pull them down the road 20 foot wide. 15 foot is not bad at all to pull down the road 15 foot wide. So, but if mom chops any stalks, the 15 footer would be a lot easier for her to move field to field. But if we got a 20 footer, dad's strength or I could always go move it for her. You can put some in the front, because, yeah, we need 5,600 pounds. Okay, so we're going to finish filling this, and then we'll get on to some other things. Okay, so we got the two semis ran in, got them emptied out, got back to the field, refilled the one, and sent that again. So now I'm working on filling the other one back up. As soon as I get it full, I'm going to run it in. We're going to get this field finished off, and then we're going to head back to that 15-acre field that was really down. And it's a good dry day, so we'll be able to get that picked up really good. We had so much rain that we kind of abandoned that field until it dried out a little bit. The drier you can keep these corn heads, the slicker they stay, and the corn will slide up in them a lot easier. If it's wet and sticky, the leaves collect on the heads, and then it just doesn't slide up in as well, and they'll start pushing and stuff. So it's just better just to wait for a dry day. So we're going to get that 15 acres picked off today, and then the Mailman Rich that we met earlier in the video, that brought us the rye. Well, we didn't actually meet him, but we're going to move to his farm. We custom plant and custom harvest for him, so we're going gonna get his farm picked off today also, or most of it hopefully picked off, and then we'll be changing to soybeans probably Tuesday afternoon, I would say, if not Wednesday morning. We'll see how it goes. I gotta get my bean head out and check it over. When I put it away, it was in good shape, so it should be fine. I think I need to change the sprocket on the hydraulic pump for the reel. I need to do that, but I've got my other Gleaner head sitting there at the shop, so I'll just go pull that sprocket off of it real quick and change it. So I'm going to try to get some views from outside the cab today, see what happens. So we'll get some video later on. We got this field all done, so we're gonna get semis moved down to the next one. That 15 acres that's down real bad. We'll get it picked off, and then we'll head over to Mr. McFeely's and get his 15 acres picked off. He grew just enough corn this year to feed lamb chop. So we'll get some video when we get back in that 15 acres of the down corn, and then we'll get moved over to Mr. McFeely's, aka the mailman. Okay, so we got everything here. So we're gonna go ahead and get this picked off. It didn't stand back up too well. Yeah, down corn never stands back up on its own, but we'll make her stand back up. So let's get at it. Get this picked off, and then our farthest south corn is done. Then all we have left to do is our southwest corn, and then we're gonna head back to the north. So we'll get her done. Hopefully you don't get stuck in that corner. Yeah, just take out a little bit of corn there. That'll be fine. Better stay on it. It's wet over there. Ah, he got it. that's enough messing around. Let's get some corn picked. Okay, let's get back into this down stuff. Get her picked back up. A lot of bees and wasps out right now. I don't know if they sense that fall's, well, cold weather's coming, or what the deal is, but there's a lot of them around. Mailman's get his done. So, and then we're gonna, if we got time today, we're gonna go ahead and get our bean heads out, see what they need. They should be perfectly fine. Other than I do need to change the drive sprocket on my hydraulic reel drive. I need to change that. That shouldn't be no big deal. I've got an extra one on my extra head up on the hill. So, should have everything we need to fix that. So, we'll see if we get that far today. I don't know if we're going to make it, but we'll see. Okay, so we got our ends picked off, fields broke in, so we're going to start picking the big part of the field off here. So this is actually Wyckoff seed or field corn. Looks to be some pretty good stuff. It's a little bit shorter, but it's got good size ears on it. So it put a lot of its effort into making an ear instead of making such a tall stalk, which is, you know, fine. It's all about ear size. The ear and the amount of kernels on the ear, that's what it's all about. That's better, get a little better view out of the sun. The only problem is the sun sometimes doesn't make such a good cap view for the camera anyways. Oh, there's a hole there. I know why there's a hole there. Because a couple years ago they put these high line towers in through here, and they had a driveway that stretched the length of the tower right away. And then they come through and they dug all the stone out, and they kind of left it rough where they were at. I know I got a few viewers that were impacted by, you know, having that driveway through their farms. And as far as I know, they're still picking up chunks of limestone from the driveway. They hauled in a bunch of, like, it wasn't the real pretty white limestone. It was like the top layer of it that's kind of just kind of a trash product for, you know, using for like driveways and stuff. So they sold it for making that temporary driveway for the tower right away. It's kind of nasty stuff, but it works. It had big chunks of like riprap size limestone all the way down to just powdery stuff. But they had a lot of it hauled before that. And then through the real bad spots, they would put crane mats down and drive on them. But for the most part, it was all limestone. Okay, I'll get a little video later. So my windshield was getting pretty dirty, so I stopped and I took my shirt off and I cleaned my windshield, put my shirt back on, shook the dust out, put it back on, and it brought up a good question. Can you even consider yourself a combine operator if you haven't at least one time in your career took your shirt off, cleaned your windshield, put it back on, and went back to work? I mean, that's like, seems like at least somebody has done that, or at least one person has done that in their operating career. And that'd be me. Just curious if anybody else has ever done it. So another interesting thing about this farm that we're on now is it used to be all farmed by Alice Chalmers Equipment. And in fact, the old G Gleaner is still sitting up there in the yard. You can see it behind the grain cart that Rich and his uncle used to use on the farm. So kind of cool that it's actually Gleaner territory here. This isn't the first Gleaner that's ever been on this farm. Kind of cool. Oh, Sausage is here and she's got food. Good, I'm hungry. Well, here we are, the last 6 rows of corn for a while. We got a full moon in the sky. It's a clear night. It's gonna get wet this evening. So it'll probably be a late start tomorrow, cutting beans. I guarantee you the dew's gonna fall really heavy tonight. We might see a frost tonight as clear as the sky is. We'll see what happens. Dad just got back from the elevator. So, I don't think we're going to mess with the heads tonight because I can already tell it's probably going to be a late start tomorrow on beans anyways. So we got time in the morning. So, kind of tired anyways. I should go home and work on the reel for the full type combine, but we'll see what happens. I still got to clean this combine off yet tonight. Get all the leaves and stuff drug off the top of the feeder house and all that. So anyways, I think I'm going to end this episode right here. We got some good camera footage today. Thank you to my sister for riding around the back of the truck while Mom drove. They got some killer video. I'll probably post some of it on this video, and then I'll probably just post it all by itself. Because there's like 4 or 5 minutes worth, and I don't really want to make my video too long. So I gotta sit here and come up with a good title for this video. And it might be something like the mailman delivers 5,600 pounds of cover crop. I don't know. That might be catchy. Somebody be like, the mailman really delivered that much? And then they'll watch it. Kind of a clickbait thing. But anyways, we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one. We'll be cutting beans on the next one. So I know a lot of you have been wanting to cut some beans, so we're going to be cutting some beans here pretty soon. And next, what, 24 hours we'll be cutting beans. So it's going to be fun. Got to get my bean screen put back in, get my bean head ready, and we'll go at it.